geographically miracle place actually. If you see the place, it has everything. Like the entire world is like, it is I mean, the India is like a mini world. Like everything we have. If you look at the, geography, we have everything. And every time I feel like when I work here, I feel like, oh, this is the best place. And I want to, when I made this statement that India is great, I don't want to show off, but rather I want to say that I have traveled the world, a lot of places. I just want to give you a glimpse that I have seen the world, and then I'm comparing my country. It's not like a bias statement or anything. Light for a, yeah. If I'm seen, that is also very uncomfortable situation. Like people are looking at me, but I don't want to be. Satellite. Okay, so this is a very quick glimpse because I not to show off. I just want to say that I have seen the other habitats and we have same representation. This is from Congo, volcano Lilamos. I climbed this volcano. This is Torres del Paine National Park in Chile. Tiger shark from Bahamas. The squirrel monkey from Costa Rica. This is in Greenland. I was working on Greenland shark. Mexico. This brown pelican hunting. I have seen Aurora borealis in Norway. This is lowland gorilla, not the mountain gorilla. From Congo again. Madagascar. This is little gecko. This is Greenland shark. What I went for. This is under frozen. This is winter. And this shark is 320 years old. I mean, that means that Napoleon was alive when it was born. Even the Isaac Newton was alive. Norway, I worked with orcas. I photographed crocodiles in Mexico. This is again Chile and Canada. Then again Mexico. I go with Merlins and I've been to Europe also. It's nice. Nothing is there. And in Bahamas, this is Antarctica. One predator still under iceberg. I've been to Africa also. I've seen cheetah, Namibia, jaguars, Africa again, Peru. This is whale shark from Papua. This is again Peruvian forest. Tanzania. This is the Mubula rays. This comes from migration. Actually, so orcas follow. This is from Mexico again. Dolphins. I've been to Arctic, Tibet. I've been to Tibet. This is Mount Everest from China. So the road straight goes to the base camp. Penang from, also Alaska, Australia, Koala. This is again from USA, Australia, Indonesia, platypus, Arctic because I go here in Svalbard, Papua. Bird of Paradise, this is from Russia, frozen Baikal Lake, Mexican caves, Iceland. Okay, so these are some glimpses I've worked in 53 countries, but the point is, what I want to mean that I have seen the world, the major part, so I can make a statement that India is best because everything we go there to see, everything is here actually, having some representation, something of course we will miss for sure. And that is why it is important to, and there is complex situations also. I just, as I said, that highest mountain of the world, we have Himalayas. This is Greater Himalaya. This is Kabul north and south this is from West Bengal. I like this photo because this is alpine forest. Like 3,000 meters, that peak is 7,000 meters. You can see the entire range. Like we have a, the altitude gradient, which actually differentiate different climate zone. The alpine forest of this is from Himachal Pradesh. We have high altitude desert, Ladakh. Then you can see the formation, the Greater Himalaya, then Panjal, then Shivalik, and the rivers are coming to the plain, which is. Those rivers are actually feeding the plains of India. So I took this photo from flight and I liked it because it shows the entire scenario, how we are blessed with the Himalaya, which is guarding us, which is providing water and everything. It's a lot of resources. This is highly desert. From Nubra Valley, we have desert in Rajasthan. What happened? Yeah, so we have highest mountain, we have desert, a higher desert. This is Rajasthan. We want to define the dunes from Rajasthan. Then we have semi-arid area. This is from Gujarat. Ran of Kutch. It's a land formations with these lines with the river. Then we have red desert in Tamil Nadu. So then Western Ghats is a fantastic forest. This is Nilakurunji from Iravikulam National Park in Kerala. This flower blooms in every 12, like depending on 12 or 18 years, depending on the species. Then solar forest we have, this is taken from Wayanad. Then plateaus, Kash plateaus, this is from Maharashtra. So that I was talking about, the film we talked about. So when we saw the plateau, so it looks like nothing is there. So and when you closely look at it, and a lot of things are there. So the problem is we exploit. When we think it's a wasteland, we exploit. And when we exploit, it is not like to blame because people have no idea. They think that it is, no, like grassland. When we see that, look at grassland, we think like it is of no use, so we can do things. The thing is, the moment we communicate with short films or visual articles or anything, then at least people will aware that something is there which are only found in this place. So whatever activities we do, we have an inclusive thought process. Like we will include the information that something is there. Even if we are doing something, we have to manage such a way so that both survive, like we and they. The original owner of this place, we have this. This is from Melghar. You can see the forest flowers we have. Central Indian dry deciduous forest. This is forest from northeast. That is a different spectrum. We have grassland. We have 7,000 kilometer long coastal area. So excluding the islands and coastal habitats are also different. We have mangroves. This is from Sundarban, the biggest mangrove forest in the world. So we have mangrove habitats. We have two sets of islands, and the magic is like Lakshadweep has the atolls. They are volcanic islands. This is from the archipelago. This is the Andamans. It has more biodiversity, more forest. As I said, when we did like 7-8 films from Andaman because it is so important. So many endemic species are there. If we lose the forest, we will lose the species forever. So miracle is that like we have atolls, also we have an archipelago. But like both we have like country with mountain, desert, coast, red forest, and also set of islands. And because it has, this is Lakshadweep, these are atolls. And we have amazing reef because of that. So not only the land, we have amazing coral reef and marine life. And when we talk about the marine biodiversity, we all know about Maldives and all. Andaman has more than double species of what Maldives has, but it is not marketed. Nobody talked about. So Maldives is so much marketed. We think that everything is there. And we don't have it. Actually, we have much more. And if we don't study, so recently we started, a detailed study in Andaman Island with the forest department. I will show you a photograph at the end. I went to find manta rays in Maldives or in Mexico, but I found a fantastic cleaning station of manta ray in Andaman, close to Port Blair. I'm not but this is a very recent thing. Last month, even we have an active volcano. What more we can expect from our country? Like everything we have. And volcano with a fantastic reef. So we did a film also. That film is coming soon. It will be online, available in around the site. So this is when in one visit I got one day I got a lot of plastics of this barren island. this volcano. And this is amazing, and it has a beautiful coral reef, fantastic marine life. I found pilot whales, you know, and because of this, we have the magic is that like at any time in India, you can find a hot place or a cold place. We have so much climatic zone. I mean, anytime we can have all kind of climates. Anyhow, like if you want now a cold place and a hot place, you will get it. Even in winter or summer or whenever. I mean, you will get it. These photos I just keep just to show you that how seasonal changes actually change the. So that was summer, the same place. That was winter. This is summer. Like this is Leh. This is summer. This is winter. I mean, it changes. So there's climatic changes which actually bring a lot of diversity of life, and of course we have huge diversity because of that, the diversity of landscape. We have mountain and we have snow leopard, we have brown bear, we have lynx, wolf. I mean, if you look at the mountain biodiversity, so this is Mittal out from Gurudharma Lake in Sikkim, Himalayan red fox, musk deer. This is from Sikkim, and we have like a lot of pocket of places where we can actually see, and not all those places are protected areas. So that is why our responsibility is more to talk about them, talk about the place, so that these places need to be in discussion, so that no wrong things happen. This is the desert, so I'm trying to show how this different habitat brings different biodiversity. So this is from Kutch. You can see this is Asiatic wilderness. So we have also the Kiang, the Tibetan wilderness also, which are found in Ladakh. Flamingo, this is also from Kutch. Ladakh falcon hunting a spiny-tailed lizard. So these are all desert areas. This is also from Gujarat. This is from that aura I was talking about when we saw that a lot of wire network, damaging the landscape. And I found this desert cat actually was nesting in the euphorbia patch with its 3 kittens, and we made a film also. So we have given diversity. Though this is like India, you can see the megafauna also. I mean, it's not only the small things, the wild dogs. Of course we have tiger, but we talk about tiger a lot, and we want to talk more about other things because they already know. This is one rare thing, the Bengal florican from Pilibhit grassland. We have Bengal florican in Kaziranga area, also in Roing. Recently we released a film on Bengal florican where one Mishmi guy from Roing, he is actually trying to save these birds and trying to protect the landscape of that area in the upper Brahmaputra river valley. And those people who are doing amazing. I mean, this is a cultural protection system we have, and if we are not talking about, then it will be absolutely unawed by the people, and things will be not right. So this is also from this is a grass owl. This is a very rare owl, and from Brahmaputra grasslands. We have Ministica swan. This is a dancing frog. We have, these are this bracket fungus. You can see the sporing. Like one country gives so much things. This is called Nyctibacterus grandis, the night frog. So they are found in, mostly this frog is found in the coffee plantations of Karnataka, mostly in Karnataka area. So we did a film on that also, which is just released. You can check online. And the point is, like we think that agroforest, not agricultural land has nothing. So we think like designated area for wildlife, designated area for cultivation. But the truth is that a lot of animals actually survive in the agroforest also. And in coffee plantation, so our goal was, Dr. Vishnupriya was working there on this, the frogs of coffee plantation, agroforest, mostly in Karnataka. The goal was, if we can, inspire the planters, they can make a difference when they are using pesticides in the, the agricultural land, or they have streams. I mean, this frog actually found in the small stream flowing through the plantation area, and sometimes we think we do dressing in the name of beautification. Not only the plantation, here also. I mean, we do a lot of concretizations. We actually, concretize all this path. Like the water which is coming from the rain, they don't reach the ground water table because of our, very interesting idea of concretization of everywhere. I mean, no place to the water to get in. What Chennai suffered 2-3 years back after burying this, when they actually destroyed entire wetland in Pollikarnai Marsh, center of the city, which actually gathered all the water, runoff water, and maintained the water table. Now they, made a lot of housings and other buildings and concretization. So all the water reaches to the sea. So no water actually reaches the groundwater table. Because of that, there was a scarcity of drinking water. So those are the things. So here also we try to inspire these planters, so that little bit of changes actually make these species survive in that area. So we have to talk about this, because they are not widely known. This is from Goa. Pankaj is here. Pankaj knows this place. This is python, and so I photographed anaconda. As I said, I photographed anaconda in Brazil, and then we have python. So every kind of representation we have here. Salamanders. This is from North Bengal. Again, king cobra, and the last plateau we have the great life of insects. The plateau species I was talking about, the groups gecko from Goa plateau. You can see the sea also. We have different insects in butterflies, tarantulas. Lot of tarantulas we have actually, many species, and we know very little about them because sometimes when I posted my first tarantula long back, people ask me, "Acha, tarantula milta hai India mein?" And of course, actually many places. They are found in many places. This is from Bengal actually, very close to my home. Then as I showed the mangrove that supports tiger. So this is something I got very interesting. Tiger, it was not crossing the Sundarban creeks. Actually, it was using the tide for its movement. You can see this is during the high tide. The water was flowing like this, and the tiger was moving the channel as a road, where he got the tide as a force to help. It was not walking. It has got a long swing through the channel. Then leopard cat. This is again from Sundarbans. You can see the adaptations, how they move over pneumatophores. In summer, a lot of jellyfish come in the Sundarbans inside, and this is also not close to the sea. This is very inside. Very interesting information. Like when the water is warm, they come deep inside Sundarbans. During March, we have crocodiles, we have this gharials, Gangetic dolphins. What I said, this is a coffee plantation area. This is from Karnataka, and you can see the baby. Then plantation has, as I said, 36 species of frogs. The coast is, this is from Rushikulya. Then, many coastal area has its own biodiversity, and you see crabs. This is from Nicobar, where leatherback turtle actually breed. This is one actually coming out and going to the sea. This is a leatherback, and that is the most important breeding ground of leatherback sea turtles. And this area is denotified. So if we don't talk about this, then they are unsafe. So somebody needs to talk about them. And that's why I said there is no time. We have to be very fast. We have to be very, we can't wait long to bring this story in. And as I said, that we have we have lives in the reef. This is the coral manta cleaning station. So I just recently, I died a lot in Andamans. once I saw one manta, and this is I just like found last month with the forest department team, one cleaning station where I got like 12 mantas actually coming regularly. So this is a very important information we got. So we are very hopeful to discover more places because the project just has started. And India is special because of this, because we have a cultural protection system, we live with wildlife. This is the forest nesting. You can see the people are doing their things, and it has eggs, and it is absolutely fine. Wolf, so that's Sasquatch film you saw. This is also from Pune. The wolves are living very close to the people. People have like acceptance, this is a very interesting photo from Eastern Ghat. This is a temple, and what are these green dots? They're all scorpions. So the scorpions are, daytime it's a very normal house. So when you live there, you have no idea that you are living with that many scorpions around, and we live with them. So that is the most. This is a landscape, Assam landscape, and you can see the villagers are there. And this place has a tremendous population of golden langur. So this a great population actually live there. And I love this photo because of different reasons. I just love to share that. You can see this place. You can see the people who live there. They are not rich people, they are poor people. They bring all this water. This is in Kutch actually, very part of Kutch, 70 kilometers interior of Rann of Kutch. This is salt workers actually. They live there. They bring water. Poor people bring water from far and stay in a hut like that. But still, they food for the birds and the water for the birds. So that is the Indian culture we have, and that is something we need to protect. Sometimes what happens, like I was talking about the Orang, so we give lot of money to those people. So they, in Orang particularly, that's a grazing area, community grazing area. More than like 10, 15 villages actually own one big lands, and they graze. They don't cut trees, they don't kill animal, and it is in their culture. So suddenly we go there and we try to do something, give them money. And the first thing people, when these people, grazers or farmers, when they get money, they buy a Scorpio. And then after that, they have no livelihood also. The protection system is also gone. So both way we lose. So this cultural protection system is healthy because we have only 5% of protected area. A huge amount of biodiversity actually live outside protected area. And we need to talk about them. And at the end, because this is a tourism thing, also I love to share that as of now I don't know anything more better way of conserving all this thing. The best way of conserving all this protected, unprotected area is tourism. Tourism helps actually, and of course it has to be responsible tourism. It's not like Jo Marchi kar rahe, not like that. So think like country like India has so much of, so many things on the spectrum. This wider spectrum has how much potential. So we only survive with tiger, elephant, and rhino. And on the other hand, we have huge spectrum of so many things. We can start tourism in agroforest. We can start tourism in non-protected areas. And when we talk about this actually create awareness also. When there is a noise, definitely the administration or the policymakers, they also think about it. So, as I said, I don't want to make it longer because she has something to do. So what I want to conclude, like India is definitely the best, and we need to talk about it. And we have a lot of things to do. We don't have time. So many people, as many people talk about all this, the life forms where nobody is talking about them. Only few people. Sometimes we think that because like this area, the people we are seeing now, these are connected people. Actually, the number of disconnected people is so much. It is huge because we interact with only connected people with think like, okay, I mean, people are very sensitive, they are thinking about it, it is not the picture. We need more ambassadors, more advocates to talk about, the habitat or the species where no one is, I mean, they can't talk for themselves. So that is the problem. Thank you very much. But Rafael, your place has a lot of things to do. Your place would get up, you're coming to it.
I think I got the answer to something I said while introducing Ridhiman. I think I know now why he won't slow down, right? Like I think he really feels this sense of urgency. The world around us is changing faster than we can document it. I think last year we filmed in Andaman in March, and by the time we were ready to put the film out in October, there had already been a bleaching event, and everything that we had shown had already changed all over again. So this really is the urgency of the work that we do. We have to document this because we are chronicling the changes unfolding in the world right now. Before I go further, I want to just call out a special guest who's in the crowd today. We have Ridhiman's mother here. And if you ever wonder why Ridhiman does what he does and how he does it,
70.
just expect the lady. She's in her late 70s and she has just come from a trip in the mountains where she's been at over 19,000 feet and she is a champ. No complaints. Happy as a child taking photographs. So that is where Ridhiman gets his gumption from. So, as Ridhiman said, we are telling these stories hoping to bring about a certain change, right? And everything we do that creates awareness, that makes people travel to these lesser known places and appreciate them, helps that change come about. But I feel that the communities become really important as well, right? Because they are the true stewards of these unprotected places. And as we go and tell these stories, often we are able to be the catalyst to bring about that change. So with the Meghalaya documentation that we did, that film was a catalyst to bring together policymakers from tourism, from forest department, tour companies, local communities to talk about how to do cave tourism while protecting that ecology. I want to quickly show you a film because that's an extension of what Ridhiman was just talking about, and I know everyone wants to know more about what Ridhiman has been up to. So how through his photography he has also managed to prompt a community in Manipur to create a protected space for the rare Mrs. Hume's pheasant. So we'll watch that film. We started about 15 minutes late, so I will aim to wrap up by about 1:15. So a film, a short discussion. Thank you, Shoiti, for being so patient, and then hopefully some questions if you have the time.
We all know that Northeast India has a long history of traditional hunting of wildlife and birds, but in last few decades, situation has been changing slowly. And this is one such story which actually inspired me a lot and gave me a hope and lots of happiness. There is a bird called Mrs. Hume's pheasant. My friend Ovijit, he told me that one village in Manipur, the people, they are not hunting the bird anymore, but they are trying to show the bird to the tourists. This story is really fascinating to me, and when I heard, especially I feel this beautiful story needs to be told to the rest of the world. Jaisalmer is a very small, beautiful village, and it is situated close to Myanmar and bordering with Nagaland. In every household, there is lots of evidence of traditional practices of wildlife hunting. If you check the trophies in the houses, those are fantastic study material. From those trophies, we can easily get to know what animals used to live there around. I called Dr. Vipe. So he is the main person who initiated this entire journey. And finally, I arrived Jessami.
We practice sustainability of our forest, but with the change in dynamics in terms of socio-economic dimension, people they started rampant, killing of wildlife. Maybe it's a game for them. They enjoy by doing it, and we also see people using air guns for gun and all, and this has damaged a lot to the balance of the ecosystem.
Who has got this idea and how it started?
I had a vision that once I completed this PhD course, I'll come back and introduce this philosophy and concept to the community, because I knew that if we do not, stop it at some point of time, then we have to pay a huge price in the future. And of course, some of the veteran hunters, now they have transformed themselves into a conservationists, spotters, so they stop hunting.
And the very first night, I visited the nearby forest. So this bird is a pheasant, and generally in the daytime they roam around the forest, and in the night, for safety, they rest on the top of the tree. So basically, these hunters who transformed into the trackers, and they are amazing people who have super indigenous knowledge about the forest. They know the bird, they know the forest, they know how to walk, and they look for evidence like droppings of the bird or some other signage. With that, they identify the roosting tree. Finally, I got one female. And there I saw the beautiful male. The moment I saw the bird, what came in my mind that if I can see the bird in the daytime. Next time मैं 3-4 कैमरा लगाने की कोशिश करता हूँ। जो मैं कोशिश करूँगा आपको देखेगा नहीं यहाँ पे। आप लगा के पता करना है कहाँ पे लगा रहा है। कैमरा में अगर फोटो आ गया तो पता चलेगा कि वहाँ पे वो आ रहे हैं देने। और भी हम लोग ऐसे 3-4 जगह आप लोग ना हम जाने के बाद भी ऐसे जगह को ढूंढ के रखे वहाँ पे ऐसे बनाना है। Next day, I went with the trackers.
이게 마치 공기 이제 가라에 다나 녹이는 생각해요.
After walking for half an hour, we reached a small water point.
यहाँ लॉन्गिंग में पानी भरा था आया था सुबह ताजा ताजा पाव है इधर भी पानी भी खाया था चीरा भी खाया था ताजा ताजा है जंगल सुमर का पाव भी ये जंगल सुमर भी सफा किया हुआ है
And after seeing the place, I decided to put camera trap. Interestingly, next day I got 4-5 females in camera trap. तो मतलब हमारा गोल ये है कि कि जैसे हमें पता चला कि ये बर्ड यहाँ पे 11 बजे आते हैं, हम उस एरिया में ऐसा पॉइंट को आइडेंटिफाई करेंगे कहाँ पे बर्ड्स रेगुलर कोई टाइम पे आते हैं, वहाँ पे दूर पे हम हाइट लगा देंगे। अगर हाइट लगा दिया तो हम चुपचाप बैठ के देख सकते हैं, तो इसका कोई डिस्टर्बेंस भी नहीं है। तो और जो गेस्ट आएगा, अब तक हम लोग रात में दिखा रहे थे यहाँ पे, अभी हम लोग दिन में दिखाएंगे, रात में नहीं दिखाएंगे। रात में बर्ड को कोई डिस्टर्बेंस नहीं होगा। It was so amazing that we actually identified a spot where the bird can be seen in the daytime. So I decided to set up a hide close to that water point. I waited, but because of the rain, probably no bird arrived. So I thought to discuss with the village council on some ideas. जहाँ पे फायदा नहीं है, वहाँ पे काम कभी भी हो सकता है, कोई करना भी नहीं चाहते हैं। ये समझना जरूरी है कि जंगल रखना प्रॉफिट है या काटना प्रॉफिट है। हम जब एक चिड़िया जब हम मारते हैं, हमको 1 किलो मीट मिलता है। एक बार तो दिखाया तो 100 किलो खरीदने का पावर मिलेगा। कौन सा ज्यादा प्रॉफिट है, बर्ड को मारना प्रॉफिट है या रखना प्रॉफिट है, ये समझना जरूरी है। पर आप सोचोगे तो देखोगे रखने में ज्यादा प्रॉफिट है। आई थॉट इफ आई कैन डिस्कस with them and if they agree to transform this land into a community reserve. So there will be some rules, there will be organized tourism, the animals and the birds will be saved, there will be more stronger protection level, and it can be an example for the other villages in the northeast. And they agreed to transform into a community reserve.
And this forest area belongs to Jasami village, where huge fissions are being found. And since this is the steppe bird of Manipur and one of the endangered bird, the people of Jasami village have come to know the value of this bird. Hence, the village council have resolved to restrict hunting any kind of animal, including this huge pheasant, in this forest area.
I thought let's do it first. So I planned to inaugurate the community reserve in 5th June, and my plan was to come in May, and I wanted to give these trackers some camera traps so that they can identify more places like this water point where birds can come. They can do their own research. So I reached Imphal in May, and it was unfortunate that that was the time when the Manipur problem started. Manipur was burning, and I was stuck in Loktak Lake. I couldn't reach Jasami village, and I had to escape from Manipur because of the problem. There I had a talk over telephone with WIPE and other people of village council, because situation was not changing, situation was not improving. So we had to postpone our inauguration program from 5th June to later some days. In the meantime, we decided to finish all the formal works like making the gates, creating the notice board, creating all the needed stuff for community reserve. So in December 23, I decided to visit the village from Nagaland side, because till that time it was very difficult to reach Jasami from Imphal, and I carried all the camera traps. we give them the camera traps to the trackers and give them some idea how to handle camera traps, where to place it. And one surprise was waiting for me. I was so happy when I saw the gate written Jessamine Humes Pleasant Community Reserve. I became very emotional when I saw it. It was a great surprise and great feeling for me to see the gate. We could not wait anymore, and we decided to inaugurate the community reserve in January, because during January 22nd they have their annual festivals.
जैसे मणिपुर हो गया, तो मणिपुर has the highest, one of the highest biodiversity, not only in Northeast, not only in India, but in the world.
So I invited Dr. Umesh Srinivasan. He has been working on the birds of Northeast for a long time.
I want to go look for species that are rare, I want to look for species that are threatened, I want to study species that are spectacular, that are magnificent, that are charismatic, and Humes Pleasant is certainly one of those species. Going into the forest at night, climbing down that slope, everything looked the same. All the trees look the same, the habitat looks the same. But he found the bird, he found a male roosting on a tree and he found the female roosting on the ground. This is something spectacular. This is knowledge that we will never be able to have as scientists coming in and doing research in a particular location. Because indigenous knowledge is absolutely spectacular, indigenous knowledge is absolutely vital to conservation and to science.
I came back to Jessamine again, almost 1.5 years after the inauguration happened. A lot of changes. Village council changed. Some people who were engaged into the activities, they changed. But everyone had the same energy, they're same way excited, and slowly the number of visitors increasing. According to them, the number of birds increased. In fact, I saw a few birds in the night, and every day there were sightings. And top of that, we pay, and their team, the trackers, they have got photos of other animals in the camera trap. They are using the camera trap. They are getting data. New bird species added, like mustache laughing thrush, Chinese pangolin. So this birding environment is growing in Jessamine now. The entire Jessamine village people, they took the pain. They adapted with the changes. They stopped hunting. They tried to fit with a new normal. They took all the physical effort to make this community reserve possible. And I'm sure that their effort will show a new path, and it will make a world much better than ever. finally I got one bird in the daylight.
So I'm also very delighted to tell you that we got news just this morning that Jessamy has won Best Tourism Practice Award at the Northeast India Awards. Just today. For Best Sustainable Tourism Practice Award. Yeah. Okay. Right. Now, we have a brief time for a chat, and joining me is Shoiti Banerjee. Thank you for being so patient, Shoiti. Shoiti is a journalist, a cultural consultant, and a sustainable tourism strategist. She has contributed to several publications, including Condé Nast Traveler, the BBC. She engages with questions of identity, sustainability, and the future. As a tourism strategist and the former project lead at the Outlook Responsible Tourism, she has worked towards building responsible tourism community in India and a network of more than 10,000 people and institutions. At the moment, she is busy setting up an independent outfit, engaging with organizations like the Aga Khan Trust for Culture, Kerala Tourism, Royal Enfield Social Mission, Dastarihat Committee, and others. Now, Shoiti, you need to come up here because I have a very important question for you. Ridhima, you too, please. See, we talked about tourism here as well, right? And this was, luckily, this one is very sustainable, and we have an award to say that. But Ridhima also said that to him, when he thinks about all these places and protecting them, travel seems to be the only solution that is available right now. But I also worry because like any other tool, I feel like travel could go very, very wrong as well. So Shoiti, for you, the very first question. Sit down quickly. I will come. It's very formal for me. So, yeah, Shoiti, on travel as a tool, could it really be the answer to our conservation issues? Also, before you begin, and I give you a moment to collect your thoughts, because we have limited time, I am going to keep chatting with these two, but I also want to send one mic out. If you guys have questions, please don't hesitate to raise your hand and just ask them in the middle so that we can make the most of the 15 minutes we have left. Yeah?
So the short answer to that question is yes, and that is why I wake up every morning and you can't hear me. Can you hear me? Is that it? Can tourism help conservation? That is your question. Short answer, like I said, is yes. Which is what allows me to go to work every morning or get up in the morning and think about what to do next. But it's a little bit more complicated than that. The only reason that I think we've seen from one of those films we've heard from Ridhima, we've just seen the example of Jessamy. I mean, there is hope. And I keep reminding myself that every morning because there is a lot of hope, and the more I speak to people who are not in Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, I'm sorry, the more I feel get that sense of hope. And COVID, which we have very promptly forgotten, many of us, was a wonderful sort of time to also see how tourism really does help, because just to be eyes and ears in places where where during COVID when it stopped and nobody was visiting, there had been surveys also on hunting and poaching, and we realized that was happening in very, very well-known habitats, right? So hunting and poaching is something that moment you get your eyes are away from that landscape, it begins again. So from something, that's one very simple example, but should I give you one more example? But you just spoke about Jessamy, and not very far from Jessamy in the Garo Hills. Again, I don't know if we talked about Meghalaya quite a bit, but Garo Hills are a part of Meghalaya that very few people visit, partly because it was closed off to most of us until 2019. where there's infiltration and conflicts and all kinds of political issues there that existed. So we could visit under 2019, and then they started tourism in 2019, and in 2020 COVID happened, right? So there is very little that people know about that landscape, but